Okay, so we are recording. If you want to introduce yourself,
All right, we'll get started.
yours.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Danette Gutierrez Hibner, and I'm the regional rep for Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm based right up here in North Texas with you, enjoying this rain. Thank goodness for cooler temperatures. But I want to share with you today a little bit about who we are and what we have to offer, and to see if maybe it fits what you're looking for in a school. So I'm going to start us off with a video presentation, or a video that I hope will kind of highlight for you in 2 minutes kind of who we are. So let me go ahead and share my screen and get us started with that. Where did it go? Sure, this is it.
Discover Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Find out at tamcc.com.
There. Well, if you have any questions along the way, be sure to put those in in the chat box, and I'll answer the questions as I'm going through. But I hope that you saw that we are a very unique location. We're a 240-acre island campus. I want to go over some fast facts with you just to kind of give you a perspective of who we are. Right now, or as of fall of 2019, we had around 12,000 students total. So in comparison to other universities in the state of Texas, that makes us small to medium size, which means for you more personal attention. And that shows in our student to faculty ratio of 18:1. The largest class size that you'll have on our campus is approximately 220. And although it seems big, we use learning communities to break those large classes down. And what that means is we will have students grouped into triads or tetrads. So a triad would have students in a class of 25 for English. The same 25 will go to a freshman seminar, and then they'll go into one of those large lecture classes. So you'll already know 24 other students in that class of 200. So we do what we can to make it small for you. We are a diverse campus. We have representation from 45 states and over 51 nations right now. So you will live and learn with students that are different from you. And we think that is part of the college experience as well. Even though we're a medium-sized campus, we do have a lot of activities. We have over 150 different student organizations for our students to get involved in and to grow and gain leadership experience. And those organizations could be social, like fraternities and sororities, and then we'll have professional organizations as well, such as the Nursing Association or the Accounting Association, so that you can network and gain further experience. We do have Division I athletics as well. So even though we're a small campus, we're big in sports. And for some students, that's part of their college selection. They want that kind of experience. So you can cheer on the Islanders in 16 different Division I sports programs. I mentioned being an island campus, and you saw that in the video. We're really just a unique location, and it's not like we're out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico or anything like that.
I don't think the slides are changing.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing them, but you're not. Okay. Let me stop share and go back and fix that. Let's take a look. Let's see. Are you seeing this one?
There you go, yeah.
Okay, yeah, just didn't slide on the other one. Okay, so we talked about Island Campus and the unique location. It's not like we're out in the middle of the Gulf. In fact, we are surrounded by the city of Corpus Christi. If you can see in this slide here, Corpus Christi wraps around us, but we do have Oso Bay on one side and Corpus Christi Bay on the other. And so technically we are an island landmass. We have Ocean Drive right here that leads onto our campus. So you simply cross a bridge from the main part of Corpus Christi onto our campus. If you continue on past our campus about a mile, you'll get to the gates of the Naval Air Station. So armed security guards are going to greet you there and they'll turn you right around. But if you come back onto our campus, the first entrance into the campus from Corpus Christi will lead you into our research facilities and our academic buildings. The second entrance onto the campus leads to our student housing. So on the left-hand side of this picture, you will see the student residence halls and apartments. And I'll go over those a little bit later in the presentation, but it is unique. As we have grown, we have taken over property in Corpus Christi. It was donated to us. So we have Momentum Campus. And that's where we currently have our soccer stadium, our tennis courts, and we have built some townhomes to serve as student housing for our upper division students. So we've named it Momentum Campus, and the housing there is called Momentum Village. Our plans are to move more of the athletic complex over to Momentum Campus so that we can add in more academic buildings to the island campus itself. If you choose to live over in Momentum Village, it's a 5-minute bus ride back onto our campus, and that way you don't have to worry about parking. You just catch the bus from there. Yep, something is up in that my slides are not working. So let me go back to this. Hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing and try it again because something's not working with my presentation. Let's see if this one will work instead. There we go. Okay. Well, we have 5 colleges within the university.
It's not screen shared.
What's that?
We can't see your screen.
What's going on? Let's try this again. Nope, that's the wrong thing. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
All right, we're back up and running.
Yeah.
Okay, so College of Business is one of the 5 colleges that we have. And what I want to do is kind of go through each of the colleges and kind of highlight the majors that we have with each one. I did put within each slide on the bottom there, the website that leads to the actual college website. And that way you can get more information on each of the particular majors. The biggest thing to know about our College of Business is the accreditation. We did pursue the most prestigious accreditation that a College of Business can hold. So any major within that list there, you're going to be in good position. It's a top-notch program. In fact, it's the same accreditation that our College of Business, that the A&M College Station pursued. So high quality, just on a much smaller scale. So any one of those choices will be good for you. Over in the College of Education and Human Development, we only have two majors, elementary education and kinesiology. But the elementary education majors have the added benefit of an early childhood development center that we designed and put on our campus. So essentially it's an elementary school. And we have kids from the age of 4 through 5th grade going to school there. And our students have the opportunity to go into the classrooms and help with reading and science and math projects. And so they get hands-on opportunities, and the students get the benefit of mentoring from college-age students. We also have observation rooms built into this lab school. So students that are studying child development can also use them for their research as well without disrupting the class. And then kinesiology, that's the sports management, exercise science, personal training. You can get teacher certification to be a coach. It's the foundation for physical therapy school, as well as the athletic training master's program. And since we do have Division I athletics, you work with our own athletes as well to help them enhance their performance. And some of these kinesiology majors that want to be PE teachers and like that can also work over in the Early Childhood Development Center when do some of their lessons with the kids. So really a lot of opportunities for hands-on opportunities for students to gain that experience. College of Liberal Arts, this one, of the 14 majors that we have, the most popular have been art, graphic design, music, and theater. The art will have all the different disciplines, so you can do your painting, sculpting, ceramics, drawing, photography. And then within graphic design, we do have a graphic design lab. We actually have a video out on YouTube. You can just look it up under Graphic Design Lab at A&M Corpus Christi. It's about a 2-minute video that will highlight the program and the equipment that we have for our students. And then music, we offer a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Music in Performance. You also can get your teacher certification. So if you want to be a band director or music teacher, we can help you take care of that. And we have music industry as a minor. And then theater, we do the acting, directing, lighting, costume design, all those specialties within theater. And we actually have a camp that we host over the summer called Camp on the Coast, and it's a 2-week camp as well. So those are kind of the big majors, but we do have great faculty in all areas. And like I said, we're a small campus, so some of these programs may be smaller, but that just means more personal attention for you. And then College of Nursing and Health Science. We are big in nursing. Well, we're well known in nursing since we have from a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, where you can get your RN licensing. We go all the way up to a Doctor of Nurse Practice, which can lead to the family nurse practitioner route. We also have a PhD in nursing. And like the Early Childhood Development Center for our early education students, we have a simulated hospital on our campus for the nursing students. Now, it is a program that students have to apply into. So if you're a freshman and you're interested in nursing, we're going to label you pre-nursing, and we're going to have you do the prerequisite coursework. Once you've completed that, you can apply into the nursing program. If you are selected, it's 2 years of nothing but nursing courses and the clinical rotations that go with that. Your first year, you will spend in our simulated hospital working with the mannequins and our faculty. The second year, we will send you into the Corpus Christi hospitals and clinics to do the direct patient care. And then you're going to graduate and sit to take the licensing exam to become a registered nurse. One change that we've made is we used to call it health science. As of fall of 2020, we have changed the other major to healthcare administration. It is going to be kind of the business side of running a hospital or clinic, but you could also use that as a foundation and adding electives for healthcare careers. So if you want to go into some other type of career that is not necessarily nursing or direct patient care, the healthcare administration could help you arrange that. And we'll have academic advisors to help guide you through that process. But again, learn more about it at nursing.tamucc.edu. And then the final college is the College of Science and Engineering. This one you see we have a lot of majors, and it really is our most popular college after nursing. The newest major is the atmospheric science, as well as civil engineering and industrial engineering. Atmospheric science we've had for a year now. Civil and industrial engineering are starting fall of 2020. And atmospheric science is the broadcast meteorology. So if you want climate studies or do meteorology, atmospheric science is going to be the major for you. If you're interested in those kind of careers, environmental science might interest you as well. We are home to the National Oil Spill Control School. So a lot of students take environmental science and go on to work within oil refineries and companies around the world like that. Because we are right on the coast, we are big in marine science within our biology field. So you'll study biology with a marine science concentration, but then you can go and get your master's and your PhD within our College of Science and Engineering and go into specifically marine biology or coastal studies. We have fisheries and mariculture as well. So very, very popular within those fields. We are also very big in mechanical engineering. We have been named by NASA as well as the FAA to do test flights for the unmanned aircraft. We are doing the traffic management of those unmanned aircraft for NASA. And NASA picked 2 places in the country, and we're one of those. So we're very, very proud of our engineering department and what they're doing. But everything within science and engineering is very strong. And if you're interested in the pre-med route, biomedical science is where we would direct you. But we have a lot to offer you, and you can learn more about it at sci.tamucc.edu. Now, in the beginning, I showed you what our student housing and how it's located right on the edge of our campus. Very unique location. We're going to offer residence halls and apartments for students to choose from right on the island itself. And those are the Miramar properties. One thing that I want you to know that we changed recently is freshmen are going to be required to live on campus their first year. The only exception to that is if you have family that lives in Corpus Christi or the surrounding area, and you'll turn in an exemption form, and if it's approved, you can live off campus. Otherwise, we ask that you be on campus with us, and ideally at Miramar. Miramar is more for freshmen because it is operating on a 9-month lease agreement, which means you come in August, you move out in May. Momentum Village, which I mentioned was over across on Momentum campus, they're fantastic townhomes, but they operate on a 12-month lease. And if you are going to be someone going home for the summer, this is not going to work for you unless you're willing to pay rent while you're not there. So definitely keep that one more in mind for junior and senior year, where a lot of students just continue to live on in Corpus Christi and take summer classes. It is just a quick bus ride over to the island, and these are going to be townhomes where you have your own room and your own bathroom. Over at Miramar, you're only going to share the bath with one other person, so it's not bad, but Momentum Village definitely has a lot more independence to it. My big advice to you regarding housing, these are owned by private company and they work with the university, so they will have you sign a lease. I ask that you don't sign anything until you're absolutely sure that we're the place for you and that you are comfortable with the financial aid that we've offered you. If you sign the lease, it is a binding contract, and if you decide to get out or not come to A&M Corpus Christi after all, there is going to be a cancellation fee that goes with that. So I encourage you to be in communication with the housing late in the spring to see, if there's still plenty of room, and if you've decided that we are the place for you, then by all means, sign the lease, but just be mindful of that part. Cost of attendance for Corpus Christi, we're very, very affordable. In fact, we've listed there as we're number 5 in state of Texas for the lowest student debt, which means we're going to be offering you great financial aid, and the cost of attendance is well worth it. So for fall 2020 to spring 2021, for a student taking 15 credit hours each semester, the year is going to be around $23,000 total. And just keep in mind, housing and the meals, those are going to, that's just an average estimate because it really does depend on whether you choose Miramar or the townhomes over at Momentum Village, if you go with an apartment or a residence hall. So that's just an estimate. But $23,000 is very affordable in the state of Texas. And of course, we're going to offer financial aid to help you cover that. And here's the information on financial aid and scholarships. FAFSA, the application will open on October 1st. So anytime after October 1st, you and your family can go into that, and you're going to be using your tax information from 2019. So talk to your parents now, start looking for those documents so you're ready to go as of October 1st. By completing the FAFSA, we can consider you for grants, loans, and work study opportunities. We also have something called Islander Guarantee. For students whose family income is $60,000 or less, we can, and you're ranked in the top 25%, and we can use your GPA as well, you can qualify to have your tuition and mandatory fees covered. So definitely keep that in mind. And again, that's what makes us so affordable. We do offer scholarships, and the deadline is December 1st. So I encourage you, if you're at all interested in us, to take care of the admissions and information in the fall timeframe, no later than mid-November, because you have to be admitted before we can consider you for scholarships. And the scholarship application is part of the admissions application. So it's one stop, you get it all done. We do have departmental scholarships available, and those are going to have a March 1st deadline. So you get a little bit more time to get that turned in, but you can read all about it at scholarships.tamucc.edu. And then the admissions portion, this is what we're doing this year. We have decided to be test optional. So it's going to be 4 easy steps. We need your application from the Apply Texas website. No essays are required. We need you to submit the $40 application fee or provide us with a fee waiver, and you can email that in to us as long as it doesn't have, personal information. If it does, mark out the social security number and get that into us. And then provide the official high school transcript. From the transcript, we're going to be looking at your GPA and or class rank. If you have SAT or ACT scores that you want to provide us, you're welcome to do that. They're not mandatory. We are going to give you the option to whether you want to provide them or not to us. If you don't, we will simply rely on your GPA and rank to make our decision for fall of 2021. Once a student is admitted, we will provide you a checklist very similar to this. And as your regional admissions counselor, I'm going to email this to you if you're admitted, just to help keep you on track. So be sure to go through it and be looking for all the different items that need your attention. The first thing that I'm going to point you to do is to claim your island ID and set up your email. Once admitted, every department on campus, which would be financial aid, scholarships, housing, the academic departments, could email you, and they're going to do that to your Islander email. So our scholarship office could make you an offer and email it to Islander email, and if you haven't set it up and you're not checking it, you could miss out on the opportunity for that scholarship because they often only give you 2 to 3 weeks to accept or decline the offer. So definitely set that up, and that's something I can help you with. Just be aware that's going to be a step you're going to need to do if you're admitted at Corpus Christi. And then other admissions deadlines, if you want to wait, you've got until March 1st. That's the priority deadline. The final deadline is July 1st. So if you feel like you do want to provide test scores, but you haven't had a chance to take them, we will take information up until July the 1st. If you want to provide a resume or letters of recommendation, you're welcome to do that. The sooner the better, but we will go as late as July 1st with that. And you can email the resume and letters of recommendation to the admissions website, or you can email it to me, and I'll give you that information in just a second. If you want to see what's missing from your file, The appcheck.tamucc.edu site is a great place where you just put in your student ID and it'll tell you where you stand at that point in time. And then finally, we do have open house dates set. The October date right now is going to be a virtual event. So if you get on our mailing list, we will be able to communicate with you and give you the link so that you can join us virtually on Saturday, October 17th. The other events we hope to have in person because we definitely are a place that you have to see for yourself. So we are going to do everything that we can to have students on our campus to show you what we have to offer. We currently are not offering in-person tours, but you are welcome to come and walk the campus on your own. And on our website, virtualtour.tamucc.edu, we do have a tour map, but we also have a virtual tour that our student ambassadors did for us. So it's a great way to still see the campus, but we hope that you'll be able to just set foot on it at some point this year for yourself. And more information at futureislander.tamucc.edu, the virtual island website, and then you've got my contact information. You'll be able to reach out to me through that cell phone number there. You can call or text. You're welcome to email me, and I'll guide you through the process. I know there's a lot going on and there's a lot of changes. So if you at all are needing assistance, just call or text me and I'll guide you through this process. But my goal is to help you from application to orientation, and working together will make it as smooth as possible. But that's all that I have. So I'm going to stop share and then let you ask any questions that you might have. You're welcome to put them in the chat box, or you can just unmute and ask your questions.
What kind of clubs do you guys offer for your students?
We have some really unique ones. One of the craziest one is we have a bass fishing team, actually, because, right on the water, a lot of students love to fish. But we do have, professional organizations. And then we have some just, chess club. We have those students who are interested in anime or different activities. So we've even given students the option to start their own club if they don't have, if they have an interest that we haven't met. They just need a faculty sponsor and 5 other students to join them, and they can start their very own club. And we had a student out of Plano do that several years ago. And it was really great because he started with that his sophomore year, and by senior year, it was up and running and really vibrant, and he was just really excited. And of course, something that he put on his resume as a leader to do. So.
Awesome. Being in what, off of the coast of Corpus Christi, especially like on your own island, but then also like still a part of Corpus Christi, how is I guess like, so I have family in Corpus Christi, right? But like okay. I've only visited like a small number of times. So okay. Like what's like the area like? Or how would it, I'm so sorry, I do not know how to phrase this question.
Well,
it's kind of like,
it's like 2 different worlds. In fact, a lot of people in Corpus Christi don't even know that we exist because it's not like we're right off the freeway. You come off and you go maybe 1.5 miles down Nile Drive or Ennis Jocelyn to get over to us. But it's not a place that you just drive by all the time. So surprisingly enough, there are a lot of people that don't even know we're there. But I like to describe us as kind of a village feel because we are there on our own on the island. And we have room for those students to live on campus, but not all 12,000 are there. So during the day when classes are happening, it's a vibrant, everybody's coming and going. But then on the weekends or in the evenings, students are over at the housing. So it's more laid back, quiet, environment. But we're 10 minutes from the mall, 15 minutes from all the South Side restaurants, just like you would have up here in Dallas. So there's a lot to do, but there's also coming onto campus, you kind of get away from all the city hustle and bustle and those kind of things. And we are large enough that we have major tours coming through, concerts and things like that. We have semi-pro teams. We're hometown to Whataburger, so we have Whataburger Field where the Corpus Christi Hooks, which is the baseball team, the semi-pro baseball team plays as well. And so they do a lot with the city of Corpus, and our own baseball team will play out there when we have bigger sports programs coming to play, like the Longhorns or A&M and things like that, where it's a big team that everybody wants to come see the game. We'll move from our own baseball field out there, but a lot of outdoor activities. We're 30 minutes from the National Seashore, from the North Padre Island National Seashore. So yeah, water sports are just our thing too. But you know, we have a lot of days of sunshine, so it's a great place to just be out and about.
Awesome. Do you guys have sports for like people who like, I mean, like haven't done sports? I guess like just like some, if you guys want to, if you want to join, if students want to join a certain activity, like you guys have a lot of water sports, and up here in like the DFW, there's not a lot of water around. So like if I were to move down there, like what type of sports would me not knowing anything would be able to join?
Well, we have recreational sports, but then we also have electives that you can take to learn, you know, to do some of those, like kayaking or windsurfing, kiteboarding, if you want to learn to surf, those kind of things. So we will have classes that you can sign up for. In fact, there's one that's called Outdoor Adventures. And so you learn a little bit of each of those water things. And so it's within the comfort of kind of a classroom environment where you have an actual faculty member with you. And then you can rent the equipment from our rec sports division and, you know, go and enjoy. And we have that University Beach right across this Ocean Drive. So we have students that go out there and just kayak. And, you know, because the way we're situated, you know, you can be way out there and you're really only, you know, knee deep into the water. And so kayaking is simple enough. You tip over, you stand up. You know, it's not like you're going to drown or anything. But it is an opportunity for you to learn something new. But the rec sports will be the standard, you know, where you can do flag football and soccer and basketball, tennis. We have classes where you can learn fencing and things like that. So try something new. It's a perfect opportunity to do that on a campus environment like that.
That's all really cool. What about, so you talked about dorms and living on campus. You said that they're kind of like apartments, right? With the freshmen, incoming freshmen. And then
well, you have the option. We have residence halls and apartments.
is it, wait, even for freshmen could have apartments, or is that juniors?
No, you choose. Miramar gives you the option to choose. Now, of course, the price is going to be different. And if you just go to the housing website, on the left-hand side, click on floor plans and rates, and you'll be able to see the difference and what's more affordable for you. But you can do a 4-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And so you have 2 bedrooms on each side and the living room and the kitchen right in the middle. And it's fully furnished kitchen. So you just bring your stuff, but you're going to have a full-size refrigerator, microwave, stove, all of that. The residence halls are kind of like a hotel room. So you get the whole room to yourself, but you're going to share the bath with the person on the other side. But you have the privacy, you know, of your own room. And for residence halls, you don't have a kitchen. You'll have one at the end of the hall that's kind of a shared space, but you'll mainly be over at the dining hall or the food court to eat. So there's a meal plan that's different for you versus someone who gets an apartment, because they could cook for themselves if they wanted. So the meal plan that's required for them is a little bit less than what a residence hall student would need to get.
Are we kind of like, will we kind of be able to know the person who's on the other side of us? Like, I guess in like maybe the same way as like you don't know like a dorm roommate since we're sharing the same bathroom? Or is it kind of like we're kind of in our own different worlds and we just kind of share a bathroom?
Well, like you would for a traditional dorm, when you're doing your application for housing, you will have a profile to complete. And so if you know someone else that's going to go, you could choose that person as your roommate, you know, as well, suite mate. or you take your chances. And if you're the first one in, they kind of pick more as to, okay, what's the profile look like? Do I think I could get along with them? And then you can communicate. But that comes after you sign the lease. Then you go in and create your profile.
Okay, cool. So the bathroom would be the only thing we're really sharing with them?
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, if you go to the housing website, you'll be able to see the actual floor plans. So then you can see how it's laid out. And the virtual tour that our ambassadors did that you'll find at the Virtual Island webpage, they actually walk into one of the apartments. I think they walk into a 2-bedroom apartment. So you'll be able to see what it looks like. But I don't think they did one for residence halls, but they were doing tours, FaceTime tours, this summer for students who wanted to kind of get an idea, what does it look like? What am I signing up for? They were taking requests and they would walk them through using FaceTime instead so they could see it. So if we're in the same situation, we may do that. If not, when you come for an actual tour of the campus, you can definitely go see it for yourself.
Awesome, that's all great.
Now you mentioned having family in the area. Do you think that you would try to get an exemption to live with them instead, or do you want the college experience and then family nearby for food?
Probably both. probably the college experience and family
Okay.
nearby for food.
Good. Yeah, it gives you a chance to really get involved when you're right there, you know, because we'll have movie nights and things like that, and just ideas that, you know, other students will have, hey, let's get together and go do this. You don't want to miss out on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Are we able to like go off of campus like as freshmen?
Yes, you definitely can. It's just that we feel living on campus makes for a better transition because we do have a lot of programming. In the beginning of the semester, we will do waves of welcome, and it's a month-long, really intentional programming to make sure students are meeting each other and that you're well aware of the support services that we have and things like that, just to make the transition easier. Because especially for my North Texas students, you're not going to be able to come home every weekend. You could try, but it's a 7-hour drive, or you're coming on American Airlines or Southwest Airlines, it's going to add up financially. And so we want those students to be able to feel like, okay, this is my new home and there are things for me to do here, and to keep you active in meeting other students. So that whole month is nothing but programming to do that, to keep you comfortable.
Okay. Okay, so my main interest in college is communication disorders or speech language pathology. Do you guys have anything that would like help me, you know, get to that, or like something that is either that major or something that's similar that I could major in?
Let me do some research on that one. The Healthcare Administration may be something along those lines. We also will have just general communications major. And then we do have a lot within our College of Education. So email me and let me do some research specifically, because we're not going to have anything specifically labeled speech pathology. But it could be that we have it as a different major and you kind of tweak it using an academic advisor to get the background that you need and the certification and things like that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. What about, I saw that you guys have psychology. Do you guys have anything like linguistics is usually kind of near psychology or a part of psychology? Do you guys have?
We'll have some linguistics classes, but we're not going to actually have a major in linguistics. The psychology undergraduate degree that we have is going to be the general psychology, some research opportunities, and then we follow it up with the master's in psychology where you can go into the counseling aspect of that so that you get your licensing to become a professional counselor. We're actually nationally recognized in the drug addiction specialty of professional counseling, but we'll also have family and individual community counseling, those kind of things for you too. But we will have some classes in linguistics.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm finally made it to my last question. You guys have a virtual not, oh wait, yeah. I think you mentioned something about a virtual tour.
Yes.
But you also have open house like in October. What exactly would be the
Yeah,
difference?
the open house event that we have planned, and we did one of these over the summer, is we will have admissions presentations, financial aid presentations that are going to be virtual that you can choose from. And then our academic departments will record their presentations. So they'll talk to you about their programs. So as if you had come on our campus and were choosing which session to go and sit in on, we're going to do all of those virtually. So we'll have videos that you can watch and opportunities to ask questions and learn more about the programs. And then we'll do the virtual tours as well, like our island ambassadors did. But it's basically a one Saturday afternoon where you can talk to not only the admissions personnel like myself, but you can talk to our financial aid people. And by that point, you may have already started your FAFSA and you may have some questions about it. So we'll have financial aid reps available. But mainly it's an opportunity for you to talk to the different departments and see and learn more about what they're doing and what they have to offer.
Amazing. Once we turn in our application, would we be able to official transcripts wouldn't necessarily have to be sent along with our application, would they? Like,
Right.
would
No,
we?
no, and we actually prefer that you do your application first, because the process will be, once we get your application, we will assign you a student ID, and we're going to email you to say we've received your application and here's the student ID that we've assigned you. Then when the transcript comes in, we match it up to that ID. And since we're not going to be asking for test scores this year, we're simply going to use the application and that transcript to make our decision. Now, if we feel like, okay, this GPA maybe, for a student isn't where we want it to be, we would notify that student to say, feel free to update your transcript throughout the year. So maybe junior year didn't end so well, but this person starts strong their senior year and their GPA improves. So then they can send us an update. So that's why I told you we've got the priority of March 1st. So you can send in something and then you just continue to update it all the way until July 1st. But once we make a decision, we're good from there.
Great.
And what we'll do is, right now we haven't even been releasing decisions for fall 2021. It's probably going to be another week or two. But when we do make a decision, we will email the admitted student, and then we're going to mail them an information packet to their home. And that packet will kind of have the checklist of what's next to do. And that's when I will email you to say, okay, here's the checklist, and be on the lookout for next steps and those kind of things.
Okay. With deadlines, when it comes to like, have you guys already gotten to your early action deadline?
We do rolling admission, so we're not going to do early action, early decision, nothing like that. It's rolling admission. So once we decide to start making those decisions, as soon as we get an application and a transcript from a student and it gets processed, we're ready to make a decision. The only time that we hold off on that is for students that we feel do not meet our automatic admission standard. We could hold off until March, and we could offer them what we call conditional admission. And conditional admission would simply be, we want you to agree to additional tutoring and mentoring. So it's nothing that is out of the realm of good for you, because we feel like that extra tutoring could help you strengthen the area that we felt you needed. And then we could offer you a bridge program. And the bridge program we call VIP. It's where a student would go half-time to the community college there just down the road from us. It's called Del Mar College, and half-time with us. And after that year, if you have the GPA that we've asked for, then you would start with us your sophomore year as a full-time A&M Corpus Christi student. So the admissions decisions would be automatic admission, conditional admission, or the bridge program, or we would deny a student and say, please give us more information, and then we'll reevaluate all the way up until July 1st.
Great. I was thinking about another question, but I kind of forgot it. But Until I remember
You've
that
had a lot
question.
of great questions. I feel like I'm covering so much.
Thank you. Until I remember that question, another question is like, how do you guys prepare for like hurricanes? Like, do you guys have hurricanes down there?
Oh, absolutely. We do have a hurricane preparedness plan, and you'll find it on our website. But basically, here's what we do. We start tracking as soon as it enters the Gulf of Mexico. And when it's 3 days out, if we are within what they call the cone of probability, we do cancel classes, we evacuate the campus. And if a student is living on in our campus, in our housing, we're responsible for them. So we will let them know you can go home if you want, or you get on a bus with us and we take you to what we consider to be the safe zone. And we would go to another A&M system school like A&M International in Laredo, which is like 2.5 hours west of us. So it just depends on where we are in that cone of probability. But yes, we would shut down campus. We would go virtually if we needed to. But we did that several years ago, and the hurricane ended up going somewhere else. But 3 days, we needed that advance notice to make those decisions. So, but yeah, anybody on the Gulf of Mexico has to be prepared for that scenario.
Cool. So the people in dorms, like, would they just like, is there a certain procedure they'll have to follow, like kind of stay in the dorm and like another,
Yeah, no,
like,
everybody leaves the island because our academic buildings are built to sustain Category 4 hurricanes, but it's a flooding issue because we are low lying, so we would bus them. So our campus police will literally go door to door, and housing will have a list of everybody, and you would be told to communicate with housing what your plan is. So they know that we don't need to worry about you because you're on your way home, or no, you're staying and we need to take you out of there by bus to wherever we're going, kind of thing. So yeah, it's very well coordinated.
great. Oh, transcripts. Are those the only things you want sent separately, or like recommendation letters, or do you want the recommendation letter sent with the
Well,
application?
and check with Ms. Post as to how your transcripts get sent. If they use the electronic transcript system like T-Rex or Parchment, they get sent electronically. So then you will provide your resume and letters of recommendation separately. And the resume and letter recommendation can be emailed or can be mailed to our campus. But the transcript, we won't accept it if it's emailed to us. It's either a hard copy that you put in a sealed envelope and send to our campus admissions office, or you email it using the transcript system. But otherwise, we won't consider it official.
Okay, cool. Um, I have to think of another one, but for right now, Natalie, if you have a question, go ahead.
No, y'all have been great.
Okay, so for me, I heard when you were talking about not having a linguistics major.
Right?
It's that kind of bummed me out. But I'm also interested in the business side, and
Good.
like, all the activities that you're talking about seem so interesting and so fun. So, um, you do have a minor in Spanish, though, right?
Yes, we have
Um,
a major in Spanish as well. And that elementary school is actually a bilingual program. So kids are learning in English and in Spanish in the elementary school. So our students who want to study bilingual education have that right there available to them.
okay, that's good. Can you tell me like what the course is like? Do you know like besides like
For,
for
for
Spanish,
what-
yeah, for
uh,
the
I can send you the link. So email me, Natalie, and I can send you the link to the university catalog. And
okay.
I like it because it does have everything highlighted. And so you just click on it and gives you a summary to each individual class.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, let me see if I can do this. I think I had it opened. Let's see, where was I? Trying to figure out I don't think I have it. No, I was going to see if I had it opened. No. to where you could go to the university catalog. So send me an email and I'll guide you to that, because we'll be able to see every individual major and the courses that you can choose from to complete that particular major.
Okay. I also wanted to ask about your diversity, like in regards to like ethnicity, like how is that?
Yeah, in fact, I have the numbers right here. We are considered a Hispanic serving institution. In the state of Texas, any university that has more than 25% Hispanics will be classified Hispanic serving.
Oh, wow.
At Corpus Christi, we're actually 48% Hispanic, 37% Caucasian, 5% African American, 3% Asian, and 3% international. And that's very reflective, the Hispanic and Caucasian population. It's very reflective of what Corpus Christi area looks like. But yes, we get extra funding to be a Hispanic serving institution. And so we have support services for all students, especially first generation students. But we have a lot of support services for all of our students to help them be successful.
Okay. Could you also go more into depth about your business college?
Okay. We do have study abroad opportunities specifically through the College of Business. And so we have an agreement with the university in Germany. So our students are able to travel to Germany for a semester and work at the university there. It's called Worms, Germany. And so they actually get international business experience, and they're paying Texas tuition rate, but they're in Germany for an entire semester. We also, because of the accreditation, have a career center specific to the College of Business, whereas the other 4 colleges will share the career center that the university has. College of Business has its very own. And so they're responsible for doing career fairs for our business students and bringing in people from the business world to come and talk to the students, to lend kind of their experience and share what their career path has been and things like that. So it is a lot of opportunities specifically to just the College of Business students versus the general population.
What other study abroad programs do you have?
Some majors kind of like that have their own specific, like our theater students always go to London. They also have trips through College of Education. We'll have trips to Costa Rica. Our science students will travel all over the world, but we do have a study abroad office. And because if it takes so much planning, they will already have a list of what trips are planned and where. So when you're registering for the next semester, you can check in with the study abroad office to find out what trips are planned and what class can I sign up for to get there with them. So we do a lot of those on our own. And then there'll be other times where we partner with other universities that are the same size as us. And so we group together students and have a class abroad that's either led by our own professor or the professor from a different university.
Okay,
But financial aid will help cover that. And sometimes they'll offer scholarships too to help you pay that extra cost.
I also had another question and I kind of forgot it.
The main thing is, be sure if you're at all interested in scholarship consideration, be admitted before December 1st. And check your Islander email regularly. I have so many students that miss out on scholarships because they didn't check their email. And then the big thing is just reach out to me. I can check on it for you, and I can explain if you talk to financial aid and you're not sure what they're asking you to turn in, reach out to me. I can talk to them and then kind of reword it so that you and I understand what they need from you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else?
I'm trying to think right now, but I can't remember. And I had one on the tip of my tongue.
Well, we have a lot of videos on our website, and then we do have a YouTube channel as well. So just look us up, and you'll be able to see a lot of different videos that just kind of gives you more information about who we are.
There's like an audio. I don't know. Your audio sounds kind of off.
Changed anything?
Oh, I have a question about the abroad tuition. So is it like added on to your already like established tuition at the school?
It is, and so financial aid will help cover some of that, but then there'll be, the airfare, meals, lodging, whatever. So each one's going to be different, and that's what the study abroad office will tell you of what financial aid can cover and what's going to be out of pocket. And that's where they can talk to you about any scholarship opportunities, any kind of payment plans or anything like that. So you definitely want to be in touch with them early so that if it is something that you're going to have to pay out of pocket, you kind of have an idea and can start saving for and things like that. But yeah, there will be some expense out of pocket.
Okay. Also, personal essays. Do you want that's attached to our application, right?
Essays are not required for the application for admission. If you want to do just a personal statement to just let us know, how much you like us and why you want to come and why you think you'll be a good fit for us and us for you, you can just email that just like a resume or a letter of recommendation. But yeah, the actual application will not have essays.
What type of opportunities around in the Corpus area do you have for your students? Like any type of internships in the Corpus area or places that I don't know, like places that your students can like thrive a lot more in their career path.
And that's what part of it is through our Career Services Center. Their job is to kind of network in our community. Same thing, College of Business Career Center will network within the community and within the state, within the nation to bring in employers to work with our students and to hire our students. So we will do career fairs throughout the year. So very much like a college fair where you would go in and talk to different universities, we'll have career fairs. So people that are hiring, different companies that are hiring and want to meet with our students will come onto our campus and do that. But within Corpus Christi, we do have a great working relationship with the companies in the area. And they want to support our students. And so they'll work with our Career Center to hire and offer internship opportunities and things like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Your speech, not speech, my bad. I'm so sorry. Your like it's like three, oh my gosh,
Pre-physical therapy?
therapy. Yes, pre-physical therapy. What are some things about that branch? Or
Okay,
is it just a program that's added on to a major? Like you could do a major in something and then that's a program that you can do as well?
yeah, because if you want to be a physical therapist, you have to get your PhD. So that's a graduate program. So we put it under kinesiology, which is exercise science, which essentially is the foundation to move you on to a physical therapy program school. So you finish with us, your undergraduate degree, which is 4 to 5 years as a kinesiology major. Then you apply to a physical therapy program school. The ones in Texas typically are 3-year programs. There are one, maybe 2 of them out there that will do 2 to 2.5 year programs, and those are intense. But yeah, you get your undergraduate degree and then you put in another 3 years at an actual physical therapy school to get your licensing done to be an actual physical therapist.
Okay, and also, are you guys strong in marketing?
We are. Like I said, anything in business, because of that accreditation, only 3% of business schools in the nation have that accreditation because it's such a high standard and it requires so much of universities that only those who want to really be the best pursue that accreditation. And so every year we go through a process of evaluation and learning and just looking and seeing, are we doing everything right? Are we doing everything at a high standard versus other accreditations where it's just, okay, you're good to go kind of thing. So it's a constant improvement process through that accreditation. So it's always at a high standard.
Okay.
I want to add on to the business major. Okay, so something that I'm interested in personally is like real estate. So I know that has to do somewhat with business. Did your school like provide like help with that or like, help me
We
get there?
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, Natalie, we're going to have classes in that. We're not going to have a major. Do your research. Some schools, and it's not a whole lot, I've seen it every once in a while, they'll list real estate. I'm not sure what their background is. It's kind of like with us where, we call it biology, but we have marine biology too. But we will have courses in kind of real estate law and those kind of things. So look at our business programs. Send me the email with any questions and I'll pass it on to the professors and get an answer more detailed for you. But it's not going to be specific real estate law. You'll see that it's marketing or management or general business, things like that.
Okay,
You
and
can go to community college and get your real estate certification if
okay,
you need to do that.
okay, thank you. And then I also wanted to ask if you guys allow double majors.
We do, but it has to be within the same undergraduate program. And what I mean is business is one that you can have a minor with regardless. You can be a biology major with a business minor. The majors have to be the same. So it has to be, both have to be a Bachelor of Science or both have to be a Bachelor of Art. You can't have a Bachelor of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Science. You can't double major in those. So it has to be BS or BA, both of them. But if you talk to our academic advisor and explain to them what you're kind of envisioning with these double majors, they could advise you, and it could be that you don't need to double major. You could do one as the major, the other as a minor. So
Yeah.
that's what the academic advisors are there for, is to kind of see what you want to do and help you lay out the plan. And it could be that it's not necessary to do that. Or if you want to, they'll say yes, and here's how we do it, kind of thing.
Okay, thank you. Well, those are all the questions that I have at the moment.
Well, no, y'all had a lot of
Thank
great
you.
questions. I'm glad we had this time. That way, you get those answered. And if you have any others that come up, you've got my contact information. Ms. Post knows how to reach me as well. And hopefully, if things get better, I can come out and actually see you for myself. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to getting out into the high schools. This isn't something I'm used to. I'm not used to sitting at my desk all this time.
Okay, well, thank you for presenting for us. That was really
Well,
informative.
thanks for coming. Thanks for
Thank you.
spending some time this afternoon. Tell your friends about us and have them see this recording, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you. Have a good